Hi VC, my name is Catherine Davidson and I am one of your 2014 waitlistees. I'm making this video to show you why I want to go to BC and become a part of your school. When I was visiting BC my junior year, me and my mom drove up to Boston, and on our way we got lost and we stopped in Dunkin' Donuts to ask for directions. When I was inside, I asked the lady at the counter if she knew how to get to BC, and she had no idea, but the man behind me in line was a BC alumni, and not only did he say he knew how to get me to BC, but he said he would be very willing to drive in front of me and my mom and show me around the campus. It was an opportunity that doesn't really come up a lot, so me and my mom were pretty excited about it and also pretty curious why this man was willing to spend his entire day with us and he didn't know us. But all the same, we followed him to BC, and when we got there he pulled over and he said, "Okay, so are you ready for your tour?" Me and my mom were extremely surprised by his kindness and the fact that he went probably 6 miles out of his way to show me around a school because he loved it that much. After he showed us around the school, he pointed out where he used to go to classes and which dorms he stayed in and how things have changed since then, and he really showed me that BC had a lasting impact on his life, and it really gave him a basis for who he is and gave him building blocks to move forward. And it really showed me that this is not just a school, it's not just a place where you're a number, but it's a place where you come, you grow, and you're a family. After he showed us around, my mom and me were so thankful that he had taken his entire day, probably 3 hours out of his day, to bring us to the campus and show us around, and his poor wife had sat in the car the entire time and been a really great sport. She was also a BC alum. But we said thank you so much, and before we got to leave he said, well, it would have been a really big shame if she hadn't seen the campus. And I just remember that moment, and I remember the fact that that day I realized I really wanted to be a part of your school. Now that I've bored you with all the reasons why I want to go to BC and probably just seemed like every other applicantee, I'm going to tell you 5 interesting things about me that you probably wouldn't find on my application. I have red hair, and that we are going to be extinct in 200 years, and that should probably be a box on your application. I cannot eat anything yellow, and if it's processed candy, regular food, it really kind of irks me. I'll eat anything that has potatoes in it, any kind of potatoes, it's my favorite, especially because I'm Irish. The 4th thing about me is that when I see people flare their nostrils, I cannot help but flare my nostrils, and it kind of goes on for about a minute, and it's very embarrassing. And the 5th thing about me is that I have tiger eyes, and you probably can't see because of the lighting, but I have blue eyes with orange streaks through them to match my hair. So now that you know a little bit more about me and the reasons I want to come to BC next year, and that I'm not just an application, I hope that you will take me off your wait list and give me a chance to show you.